You are watching Embakasi TV.
Welcome to Embakasi TV, Banja Show. Leo, episode yetu ya leo, tuko na mgeni. Tunamjua sana kama Malcom X. With your host, Mzalendo, Nicholas. Welcome, Malcom.
Yes.
Malcom ni nani?
My name is Joseph Magutu. I use the name Malcom X on social media. And I'm happy to be here today with my friend here, Mzalendo. Basically, I'm a political analyst, a strategist, and also one of the residents of Embakasi Central. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Mzalendo.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
Mr. Malcom.
Yeah.
I'll use the word Malcom.
Okay.
The name Malcom nishazoea sana.
Oh, that's all right.
Malcom.
Yes.
Current state of our nation.
Yes.
Our Gen Zs. Walikuwa wameweka pressure mpaka hasira ya president ikapanda.
Yes.
President akawa threaten, lakini in spite ya kuthreateniwa ndio hao wamesema tena we are coming back kwa barabara. Endgame ni nini?
Gen Z are not the aliens from the universe. These are our children, and they have been here with us. They have seen our lifestyle, they have seen our struggle as they grow up, and listening carefully to what they are saying, there is nothing strange. They have seen what ails the country. Most of them are educated. In fact, some of them have masters in statistics and economics. So they are very well versed with their events running around here. What they are asking are only two things: accountability and meritocracy. They have looked around as they grew up. They were told, pass in your examinations and you get jobs. They were told the future is very bright. They were told by other administrations that schooling will be free from nursery school to university. Now, what are they seeing instead? Instead, they are seeing, after finishing school, no jobs. They are seeing their parents who used never to pay school fees, struggling to pay school fees. They are seeing people walking around in opulence, those who have never earned any money, those they have never seen working, they have never invented anything, riding helicopters. They have seen people die in hospitals on preventable diseases because there is no medicine. They have seen those people talking about those who have earned through corruption, enjoying life. They are asking, when will this come to an end?
Mr. Malcom, kabla uendelee sana.
Yes.
Nimekusikiza.
Yes.
Na nimejaribu kurelate.
Yeah.
Do you mean this poverty is manufactured?
Yes. Let me tell you, this country is endowed with resources that are enough for every one of us. 30% of GDP is consumed in corruption. Assuming
30%.
The 30% was salvaged and put back in production, will we have cottage industries to provide our children with employment? Would we have hospitals full of medications? When will this endemic corruption come to an end? You see, let me be fair to this regime at the moment. The misery we are having today didn't start with this regime.
Yeah.
We have been with it over time. But the children, our children who are called Gen Z, have been waiting for an end to this. They are not seeing an end in sight. So, they have decided to come out and air their views. So what do we do? Let us be genuine, because these are our children. Let us listen to what they're asking. And let us try and provide solutions in a honest way, so that we can move forward together. These are our children, they're not going anywhere.
If you are put at the helm of this country, at the moment, as it is now, and you are told you are now the commander-in-chief of this country, we want you to steer this country in the right direction. What would be your first steps?
Number one, I would begin with addressing ethnicity. That is a cancer in our country. I would go ahead and address nepotism, equity inclusivity, historical injustices, people will be employed on merit. Okay? Corruption, especially in the judiciary, will come to an end. I will begin by constituting a committee of elders, of the clergy, of the Gen Z themselves, and we know the problems. Now, it's not a question of setting a convention to look at what problems we have. We know which problems we have. What I'll do is this committee would be looking for solutions because we already have identified the problems. Now,
what is the problem?
Number one, I have mentioned corruption, endemic corruption, ethnicity, nepotism, lack of meritocracy in employment. You are not employed on merit, but you are employed by who you know.
Who you know.
Okay? Then we can see lifestyle audit. We have seen people who have never worked. They go straight into our taxes, scoop the taxes, and live a life of opulence in the midst of abject poverty. So let us look at this. Wewe ulikuwa mwalimu, ukapata pesa, mshahara, ukapata loan, hii loan ukajenga nayo ukalipa ikaisha. Ukapata loan nyingine, ukaanza biashara. Hii biashara ikapanda, sasa uko na mali. You lived a life of honor. Now I can give you leadership because you have shown us that you can build yourself from down up in an honest way. That's the country we need.
But Bwana Malcom,
yeah.
Do you know why everyone wants to go into politics?
Yes.
Mimi the moment nachaguliwa kama MP,
yeah,
na niwe urafiki na Rigathi Gachagua,
yes,
tenda mingi za serikali,
yeah,
uko nyuma,
yeah,
ndapata tenda hata zingine na supply hewa.
Okay.
Kwa hivyo within 3 years, 4 years, 5 years,
yeah,
if I was worth $500,000, I'll be worth over 200 million. Can we find a way to strengthen EACC or any other body? Angalau inaweza fanya audit ya ukweli,
yeah,
tujue hawa watu. You have been in the county government for several years, mshahara yako we know it's below 100,000, but now uko na plot zaidi ya 50. Can't we start from somewhere? Ndio kila mtu akuwe accountable na ile mali uko nayo.
If I may recall, there was an effort to ensure that public officers do not do business with government.
Yeah.
That is the cancer that we have. Because once you are a public officer, you either choose to continue being a public officer or you choose to go out of the public service and engage business with the government. That is the cancer we have, and if we do not stop that, this kind of corruption will not stop. Now, another thing.
Lakini juzi,
yes,
on the thing that you've said,
yes,
juzi Senate ilipitisha,
yes,
kwa Senate did not go to recess,
yeah,
Senate walipitisha wakasema we will allow public servants to do business with the government.
You see, what I'm saying is this. These politicians cannot speak from both ends of their mouth. They know what is right. They know the source of our problems is doing business with the same government where you are a public officer. So what the Senate did was wrong. The Senate did once you are a politician, sometimes you get engaged in other issues and stray. But that's why Gen Z is trying to tell them that's not the way to go. That's why, let me tell you, these are our children called Gen Z. Look at what they're asking. When they talk about accountability, what are they looking at? They are not, these people who join them in the streets and burn things, and these are hooligans.
These are hooligans.
The Gen Z themselves have no business of burning anything. These are they have their issues listed. And if those issues are addressed, no need of this running up and down. This is our country. I'm sure the Gen Z love our country the same way their parents love the country. So this is not an issue of altercation with the police and whatever. Let us do this thing peacefully. We have laid down the issues that we have concerned with, and now the issue is addressing this issue. Like now, I can advise our president. When he did very good things, he stopped the finance bill. Thank you. He sacked all cabinet ministers. Thank you. But again, just before that's settled.
Yeah.
Five minutes six of them are back. I think the best thing the president can do That's my opinion. Let these 5 go home and let the temperatures cool. Then now progress in doing better things. Then we can come to the table and discuss, because this is our country and we must move it forward.
You are a governance expert.
Yes.
If the president sacks the cabinet, brings in new faces, but we still have the same PSS, we still have same civil heads, we still have the same group of people that have got the corruption cancer in them in the civil service. Don't you see that the problem that you are facing will still be there? Now, I think the president, if I'm wrong, he's been in this country long enough, and he has the well-being of this country at heart. The best way he can get good advisors to tell him that once you sack the cabinet secretaries, go for the PSs and other government, because the endemic corruption does not begin and end at the cabinet secretaries. It's within the parastatals. It's within government institutions. So when you want to clean the entire place, and let us get together and start rebuilding our country afresh. And let us have a peaceful country for every one of us, because there's enough for everybody in this country. The other day, the president was complaining. Gen Z wameniambia ni hawataki finance bill, nikaachana nayo. Wakasema nifute cabinet, nikafuta. Wakalia IG akaresign. These people, enough is enough. Nimefika mwisho.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the president started well. The problem is when he went the second part of sacking the ministers, people were happy. We were getting somewhere. Now mambo ikavunjikia njiani, akarudisha wale alikuwa amesaka. I think that's where the problem is. He was progressing so well, so he shouldn't reverse this good progress. Let him go back and send those 6 home, okay, and bring new ones, and then let him go ahead and do another thing. I think the hearts of the Gen Z will be melting as good things happen, and we'll have a peaceful country. Simple as that.
Our 2010 constitution has been labeled as one of the best constitutions in the south of Sahara. And it gives us room for picketing and such things as demonstration. Don't you see that the policemen are going against what they are supposed to do by the way they are handling the protesters? No,
when I listened to President Ruto, when he was asked, I had questions about the behavior of some police officers. I heard him saying police are independent. I think these police officers went to Kiganjo and have a training. When they are trained, I hope they go through the constitution and the rules and regulations governing constitutionalism. So I'm sure the police know what to do, that picketing and assembly and demonstrations are provided for in the constitution, and that once it's peaceful, they shouldn't touch anybody. So now I think there is this issue talking about people infiltrating and doing hooliganism. That one we will not accept. But I am sure the police can provide a safeguard for the Gen Z to continue demonstrating peacefully and keep away the hooligans, and then we will all be together. So I think these hooligans are sent by some people to come and infiltrate the agency and start damaging things. These are the areas that the police should be looking at. Look at those hooligans, leave the agency, let them go ahead with whatever they're agitating for, and look for those hooligans and contain them. That's all I think should be done. They know the rules.
Mimi nikiangalia nasema easy changes has never been easy. Tukianza pale nyuma, tulianza na wale walipigania uhuru. So many people lives were lost. Si ndio? Baada ya kupigania uhuru, Kenyatta akachukua uongozi, akafanya vile alifanya, Moi akaingia, Moi kupu kajaribu kidogo, 1982, Moi akabadilisha, tukakuwa na one party state. In the 90s, hata before 90s kukawa na underground movement mwa Kenya and so, February 18, so many underground movement. Then tukakuja Sabasaba, where people are agitating for, not for good governance, wapate room ya multi-party, na tukapata. Si hao walikuwa watu pia hiyo generation yao, they did something. After that tukakuja 2007 ambapo watu walikufa, watu wakisema 41 against 1, such blah blah blah, that gave birth to a new constitution, one of the best constitution. Do you think that our parliament has started mutilating our constitution?
You know, constitutionalism and freedom and liberty require eternal vigilance. We may have people coming in, being elected as parliamentarians. with time, some with vested interests, some who are real patriots and whatever. So I think this constitution, when we passed the 2010 constitution, implementation has been a hurdle. You know, it's implemented sparingly. Yeah. It's not fully implemented. Once we have political goodwill to implement the 2010 constitution as it was envisioned, and it's fully implemented, and then the administration regimes follow that constitution to the letter, we'll have a peaceful country, my friend. We have come a long way. It's not now that we are going to mess anything. We have come a long way, and we have a constitution. We know the rules. We have the law. It's very clear. We know what's ailing us. It's now the turn of us coming up with solutions to make sure that we do away with the past and have a country that is good, is comfortable for each one of us, because we all belong here. We don't have another country, my friend.
Lastly,
yes.
Jambo la mwisho kabla utuambie your last word.
Yes.
Kuna hii issue ya Embakasi Central, unakuta MP na ma MCA wake ni kama wasikizani, ni kama wanavurutana. What advice can you give to our leaders? Because mimi nawakilishwa na MP, nawakilishwa na MCA.
Now, this is an issue that requires proper reflection. This MCA and this member of parliament, the services that they are providing to Mwananchi benefit Mwananchi directly. Assuming a member of parliament is constructing a road, or an MCA is constructing a sewage system, he's not constructing a sewage system for only his voters and not for the voters of the member of parliament. Or once a member of parliament is constructing something or doing some development in a particular ward, he's not doing it for his people, and the people that belong to the MCA are not included. He's doing it for everybody.
It's the same
people who voted here and voted here. So I would request Embakasi Central MCAs and the member of parliament, they look for a common ground, because I don't see why this competition is there. What are you competing for? We want to see services. Yeah? And the services range from water, electricity, sewage systems, street lights, roads, healthcare facilities. We have security, especially alcoholism and drug addiction and whatever, and the security problems. We have ways of enhancing mama mbogas and youth by providing them funds to start small businesses for the entire welfare of the community. So I'm asking, you see, like today I saw elder citizens coming to sort out the Kenyan problem. I saw Amos Wako there and the rest. We have the clergy, the elders within Embakasi Central. Find time, sit down with the MCAs and the member of parliament. Let them reason together, because we elected them as a team. Now, competition. I know some MCAs may have, interests in becoming members of parliament or whatever. My advice is this: you have been given a position, do your job diligently, let it shine. At the end of the period, each one of you will be charged by what you have been able to achieve. If you have done so well and you're interested in becoming a member of parliament, come to the field. Let us look at what you have done. If we find it's better than the current member of parliament, we elect you. Simple. The votes are in our pocket. There is no need of being negative or fighting one another. So the elders in Embakasi Central, the clergy, can you bring the member of parliament, the MCAs together within this period that we're here? Let them talk as a team. Let them look at the projects that they can supplement or complement one another. Let us work and achieve, so that by the end of the period we are in, we can come out and say, I did a good job as an MCA. I'm requesting members of Embakasi Central to elect me as a member of parliament. So if they look at your scorecard and find out that your work is exemplary, they'll say, well and good, you are a good servant. Let us uplift you to another position. That's what we call clean competition is all about. So let these people come together, sit together, and complement one another, because the services they are providing are for all of us. Let us stop this negative energy of fighting. Let the member of parliament show respect to the MCAs, and let the MCAs show respect to the member of parliament. Why are we having clergy here? Why are we having elders here? Why are we having wise people in this constituency? To bring these people together and let's see development. Simple. Thank you very much. Conclusively, I would like to say this. when ANC was taking over power in South Africa, the president preceding de Klerk, who was Speaker Porter, who was a narcissist and apartheid chief, said this: you Africans, you'll never be able to rule yourselves. If we give you power, you will fight, you will destroy institutions, you will be corrupt, people will die of abject poverty. Are we trying to prove Speaker Porter that he was saying the truth? Are we trying to say white people that we black people cannot work together? Let us look at ourselves in the eye and let us construct a good environment where hospitals can have medications, where children can go to school happily, free education, where our children can finish school and get employment, where we can go to church and praise God and say hallelujah, this is our country. Inchi ya Kenya, hakuna matata. Thank you very much.
You've been watching Embakasi TV, mambo inachemuka. Hapa ndio unasikia ni sauti ya community.